One question that gets asked a lot of is, when are you going to retire? That question could depend on the government's employee retirement system, better known as the G.E.R.S. Recently, we caught up with Senator Nellie O'Reilly to talk about that very question.
Well, there are a lot of things happening within the G.E.R.S. There was a summit that the governor hosted a couple weeks ago that I attended. And basically the discussion was, how are we going to deal with the unfunded liability? Then there is the Reform Act that was passed by the legislature, and there is great concern, among people who are ready to retire, and because of the new conditions that are now part of this Reform Act. The problem is with the people who are ready to retire. For example, you brought the example of teachers. It's clear that we have a shortage of teachers. It is clear. And I hear what you're saying. Teachers want to retire and they're not retiring. How are we going to get our young people in? I think that coming out of the summit, there were some very, some key concerns, and also some plans that were arrived at that I'm hoping will be able to deal with those concerns. I think what we need to do now, though, is look at what we're going to do this school year. We need to make sure that we keep enough teachers so that our students have the teachers that they need to teach their classes. But we also need to provide opportunities for teachers that are leaving our universities and want to enter the system. So, maybe we need to look at making our classroom sizes smaller. Being able to bring more teachers into the system isn't a bad thing. Classrooms with a smaller number of students will allow the teacher to have a one-on-one relationship with a student, to be able to pay attention to what the student needs are. That is a system that works across the nation. So I don't think that adding more teachers to our system with, the teachers who are not able to retire due to the Reform Act is necessarily a problem. It might be a blessing in disguise for all of us. One of the things that I brought up at the summit, the G.E.R.S. summit, is the opportunity that exists for the G.E.R.S. to sit down with the administration and negotiate a transaction, which would include purchasing the real property tax portfolio from the government at a discounted price, especially now that we face the issues that we have with the shortfall of revenues, and the fact that the governor is not allowed to send property taxes at the new rates. I'd like to encourage our colleagues to put in a measure that will allow the governor to send property taxes at the levels, at the 1998 levels, and then encourage the G.E.R.S. and the governor to sit down and negotiate a transaction whereby the G.E.R.S. purchases the real property tax portfolio from the government at a discount. The government, the G.E.R.S. will make a return on that investment, and it would be one arm of government helping another, and one way of getting us out of the situation, the fiscal situation that we find ourselves in.
Stay with us on News Channel 8. Your Caribbean Report is next. Let's take a look at what's happening down island in your Caribbean Report. A group of Alan Stanford-run business investors has sued the government of Antigua and Barbuda for claiming that the Caribbean nations helped the financier engineer the $7 billion fraud scheme. Investors are seeking at least $8 billion in damages. In Nassau, the Bahamas Department of Fisheries has recommended that fishermen cash in on harvesting lionfish as a means of counteracting the predator's alarming growth rate. The meat of the lionfish is edible and, in fact, is being used as a food source in the Bahamas. Finally, in Havana, Cuba, the Catholic Church said a Spanish priest was found dead in Cuba on Monday, the second suspected murder of a clergyman in the communist-run Caribbean island in 5 months. The church said in a statement that the body of Father Marino Arroyo Maruno was found in a room of his own parish. And that's your Caribbean Report for this evening. And for the first time in history, a woman has been elected the district governor of the region of the Lions Club. News Channel 8's Lee Carl files this report.
Attended many of these arrivals of district governors, but this one's special because she is from here, and she's now a
Good
district
afternoon. Welcome. Our district governor, Lion Shirley Cattell Hendricks, MJF. She just returned from Minnesota, where she's officially sworn in as a district governor for the Lionistic year 2009-2010. Lion Shirley, welcome. We're here. We're very proud of you. And all of us are here to welcome you home. We wish you much success in the Lionistic year and press on regardless.
Thank you all. It's so good to see so many of you here. I am happy to be home. We have a lot of work to do. Okay, our international president's team is Move to Grow, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to move to grow in different areas, including leadership, membership, community services, etc. So Lions, we are on the move, and we're going to continue to build on the past, prepare for the future as we serve.
Shirley, this breaks a bit of ground here. You're the first female and from the local area, right, as the district governor. What does the district governor do?
The district governor is in charge of something like 21 islands. It's a sub-district. We're a multiple district, and this is sub-district 60B. So with the zone chairpersons and the region chairpersons, we see what the clubs are doing in their respective communities. Yes, we had over about 753 district governor-elects that had to go to the seminars for the whole week, and then we graduated, so to speak, yesterday morning. So it was really an occasion, and it was really overwhelming and awesome.
Shirley, you're now the district governor. I don't know how to do this, but you used to be what when you were here?
Okay, I rose through the ranks from president of the Lioness Clubs, and then the Lions Club, and then zone chairperson, and then region chairperson. And I've served on the district in different capacities as district chairman.
Good to have you back home.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lions.
In St. Thomas at the Sir Lee King Airport for the arrival of Shirley Cattell Hendricks as the district governor. Lee Carl for News Channel 8.